Hey everybody, Nick here with Acres of Grace Farms, and we're going to have a little family cookout later today. And of course, the main thing on the menu that we get asked for is beef by the family. So we thought we'd just take a moment here while we had several different cuts out to show you some of the different cuts, what they look like, maybe some differences between them, and what you could use them for your own family. So we're going to start out here with the tried and true ribeye. I guess that's probably one of the most well-known steaks. April's brother Shane really likes them, so I always make sure that I get a couple out for him. Of course, you're going to have this kind of a nice big piece of red in the middle, and then this right here is actually called the acorn fat that you'll see in most of your ribeyes. This area right up here will change depending on where in the rib section that came from, and so you can actually see these are two different sets of ribeyes, and you can see that the red on top is a little different between them. So moving on to, let's call it a cousin to the ribeye, because it kind of comes from a similar region, and that would be your New York strips. So typically, these have usually a thicker fat plate on top. You can trim that off if you would like, or you can cook with it on there. These do real well if you've got that fat on it, and say you're going to sear it in a cast iron skillet. You can turn that fat up and kind of render it down in your pan first, and then cook your steak in it. Makes for an excellent steak. And that's another way that you could prepare that for inside during wintertime cooking, is cast iron on the top of the stove and in the oven. So with a lot of times with the New York strip, and then also if you have a T-bone, you're going to have a New York strip paired with a fillet, and that's what your T-bone would usually look like. For us, and the way that we sell, a lot of our customers, we don't get a lot of requests for T-bone, so we have them split into New York strips and then the fillet itself. So these are pieces of fillet. Usually the most tender of the meat. If you see hardly any marbling whatsoever in a fillet, you know that you're doing pretty good, because these are usually really tender. And you'll notice there's different sizes, and a lot of times that has a whenever they're cutting it, it's not always very nice and square, and so you'll get kind of some odd shaped pieces. Usually those are the ones that we eat because they don't look as pretty in the package when we're trying to sell them for folks, and you can kind of see that there with that one. This is honestly one of my favorite cuts, and this is a sirloin. So the way that we have a lot of our sirloins cut is we'll leave the bone with them, and I'm actually going to grill it like this. I'm going to grill it whole with the bone in it. Kind of really helps enhance the flavor, and I'm going to leave this fat cap on there. But then whenever I go to divvy this up, I'm going to cut it off of the bone and cut this fat off. And we're actually going to get two 4 to 6 ounce steaks out of that one, and we're going to get about 3 to 4 out of this one. So these two pieces right here, really cost effective, and you're going to serve lots of people, and it's going to be really good with that bone and all that fat in it when it's going to melt down. Going to be outstanding. And this one is a lesser known cut. This is actually one of my favorites, and this is a flat iron, and you'll see, look at all that marbling in there that you've got in that meat. And so this is one of those cuts that used to just be made a lot into roasts, and a lot of research went into being able to cut this piece out and make it more of a steak and kind of give it some more value. Now, some people, it's a negative to them. It does have a fiber strand of tissue kind of running through the middle. As I eat, I usually just cut around that, and man, this steak right here, to me, it rivals filet in its flavor and its tenderness. So thanks for coming along with us today, and we're going to go enjoy some beef.